My name is Scott Dominic Carpenter, and this is my novel, Theory of Remainders. It's a story of a father confronting a traumatic past, set mostly in France and Normandy, where there's a lot of history, things always bubbling up to the surface. Philip Adler is trying to resolve various issues in his past, and it's an exciting read, dealing with family relationships with an element of mystery. So check it out on Amazon.
My name is Michael Rowley, and this is my latest novel, The Conjurer's Boy, published by Harvard Square Editions. In this book, a young boy runs into a junk shop in fall of 1962 to avoid a gang, and he meets two mysterious old men who will change his life forever. The book covers some 20 years of his life, takes him all over the country. There are scenes in Vietnam through flashbacks of the other characters' lives. There are scenes in the Somme in World War I and the fall of the Warsaw Ghetto in World War II. It has a little something for everybody. It's sort of Nelson Algren meets Rod Serling.
Hi, this is James Finn Garner here at Printers Row in Chicago downtown, and I'm talking about my newest book in the Rex Coco Private Clown series, Double Indignity. This is the second book in the series. The third book will come out later in the summer called The Wet Nose of Danger. The Rex Coco Private Clown series takes place in a circus ghetto full of washed-up circus people. So there's a fat lady runs the burlesque club, there's a midget on the police force, fire eaters walk around performing for gin money, and the hero of the whole thing is Rex Coco Private Clown, a Joey with a nose for all the wrong fights and a deadly past. So he's trying to earn redemption by solving things in this place, which is the next best thing to a circus. You might like it. It's a mashup of the Maltese Falcon and Freaks.
Hi, I'm Candace George Thompson, and this is my book. It's a portrait of a military marriage called Still Having Fun. And it's about my father's Air Force career as a B-24 navigator. His first mission was on D-Day, and he was in the Air Force for 30 years. My mother followed him around all over the country. Of course, she dragged the kids around also. So it's about their marriage. I would say it's a romance. It's a testament to the resilience of American military families, and especially of military spouses, because it's not easy. And I think you'd like it. It's got 55 photos in it, and it's got a lot of funny parts. It's got some sad parts. My mother died of Alzheimer's. The book ends when both of my parents died a week apart. And you can find it on Amazon.
I'm Chris Johnson, and I'm the co-author of this book that I have in my hand, Forests for the People, the story of America's Eastern National Forests. I wrote it with a friend of mine, a forester in New Hampshire named David Gavatsky. And we wrote this book because there have been a lot of books about the forests in the West, but really nothing about the forests in the East. And by the East, we mean the forests from Minnesota and all the way to the Atlantic. And the reason that we wrote about it is that those forests over the past 100 years have gone through some real challenges. They were nearly destroyed in the early 20th century, and then the United States really undertook a tremendous effort to restore those forests. And that's the story we tell, is how those forests were restored and how citizens, just like David and me and people who today are involved in conservation, go about protecting and improving and saving forests. And then we also, the second half of the book is about current issues. There's a chapter, for instance, on the Allegheny National Forest where they're beginning to do fracking, hydraulic fracturing, which is tremendously controversial there. And there's another chapter on the emerald ash borer in Michigan and how it has spread throughout the Midwest. So we've really tried to take real topical and current topics that people are interested about and affect how we all interact with the forests. There's another chapter about boundary waters and how wilderness was created there and the kinds of things that you can do there, in terms of canoeing. And then we also talk about the important role that forest fires play and how the modern methods that the Forest Service used to combat forests and how they use fire in positive ways to nurture forests and to bring back wildlife. So that was a really very interesting story to tell. So that's what the book is about. I hope you will consider buying it.
Khaki Equals Killer, the third novel in the Color of Evil series by Connie Corcoran Wilson, follows the adventures of young Tad McGreevy and friends through the second semester of their senior year that includes romantic encounters, abduction, and a terrifying prom night. John Land, best-selling author of the Caitlin Strong series, says Wilson's work is a subtle hybrid mix of science fiction, thriller, and horror in the tradition of Philip K. Dick and Ray Bradbury. Gary Braver, author of Flashback, says Wilson's characterizations come alive on the page. After spending 33 years teaching students in this age range, she knows what she's talking about. The Color of Evil series is old-school psychological horror, artfully blended with new-school shocks and twists. Bravo, says Jonathan Maybury, New York Times best-selling author and Bram Stoker winner. Tad sees colorful auras around people that tell him whether that person is good or evil. For Tad, red signals violence, khaki equals killer, and it's a color he wants to avoid. Find out who lives happily ever after, and who does not, in Khaki Equals Killer, available online and at your favorite bookseller.
Thanks for watching Authors Showcase. Please be sure to send your feedback by visiting authorsbroadcast.com. We also invite you to download our free mobile app so you can interact with us and watch episodes of Authors Showcase on your smartphone or tablet. This is a perfect option for both our Chicago viewers and our nationwide audience watching us online or at YouTube to watch past episodes, current episodes, and future episodes of Authors Showcase as they're presented. The free mobile app is available at iTunes for Apple devices and Google Play for Android. Simply search Authors Broadcast. In addition to watching book-related videos, you'll also have easy access to our Facebook page and a comprehensive list of book events happening nationwide. So if you're an author or book lover, grab your smartphone or tablet, go to your app store and search Authors Broadcast now. Then let us know what you're reading and what you think of our show. Thanks for watching Authors Showcase.
My name is Robert Blackwell, and I've just written a book called My Evolution as an Entrepreneur, which is a study of Blackwell Consulting, which was a company that I owned for 20 years after I left IBM. And the idea is that people will read it and be able to think about and make decisions about going into business for themselves and becoming a business owner. The main thing that you will see in this book is the differentiation between working for a corporation and working for yourself. There are similarities and there are certain skills that bridge both. But if you work for a corporation and you're there and you like it, but you have an idea that being an entrepreneur could be a good idea, I think if you read my book and read my story, it'll sway you to try out entrepreneurship and business ownership. You know, if you're passionate, you think about running your own business, I think if you go through and look at this book and consider it, you'll become an entrepreneur without question in my mind. If you'd like it, you can go through Amazon.com, search under books Robert Blackwell, and you'll be off and running.
So Mort is a lifelong Chicago boy, And when he retired from his full-time job, he wanted to paint. And so he decided to publish a book on Chicago, showing a lot of the various scenes in Chicago with little brief histories about it. And so that's what we did. 2 years ago, we published this book. We sell it at the Art Institute. The Architectural Foundation carries our book. We have a number of small stores around the area that sell the book as well. This is our second year at Printers Row. We sold a lot of books last year, and we're trying it again this year. Mort likes to paint while he's here, and we typically sell paintings right off the easel while we're here. Mort owns a company called Luby Publishing in Chicago. His grandfather started in 1913. They are famous for publishing the Bowler's Journal, which is the world's oldest sports magazine. Started in 1913 by his grandfather. Mort's father ran the business for a long time until he passed at age 60, and Mort took over the company from that point. They publish the Bowler's Journal, the Billiards Digest, and they're actually still around. Mort retired, sold his business to a couple of his old employees, and retired to paint. He currently resides in Carpentersville, Illinois, and part of the year he lives in Hawaii as well, where he does a lot of paintings in Hawaii and is featured in several galleries in Maui.
My name is Jim Ruddle, and I'm the author of a new novel. I'm a little older than most beginning novelists, but like 50, 60 years older. But I've written about a 15-year-old boy in Marblehead, Massachusetts in 1858. He's orphaned, but he stays with his grandparents. His grandfather has a schooner in Marblehead Harbor, and he uses this to take nautical supplies around to various boats around Massachusetts Bay. And he also has a ship chandlery store on shore. Well, the boy, whose name is Luke, goes to the grandfather's boat and is working on it one day, but he gets a little weary and lies down on a rolled-up sail and goes to sleep. When he awakes, he finds that the boat has been commandeered by a couple of rogues who have hijacked it, and he's now a prisoner aboard his grandfather's boat, which is underway and moving out of the harbor. He doesn't want to be discovered because he's afraid that whoever these people are, and he doesn't know who they are, might not want anybody to know that there was a witness to what they've done. So he tries to maintain his hidden condition there in the forward part of the boat, but eventually he's discovered and threatened, but they run into a storm, and it turns out that they need every hand they can get, and he happens to be the most agile among them. So that's the story. They go into the storm. It's a raging storm. It's a kind of thing that only the North Atlantic can throw up at you. And the schooner takes a terrible beating, and they are all thrown around inside it until they come to the end of this story, which I'm not going to tell you, because if you want to know, you can read it. It's called My Name is Luke, and the author is Jim Ruddle. It's by Amica Press.
The Healing Powers of Coffee is percolating with information about the world's favorite new health food. This personable, reader-friendly, revolutionary book includes interviews with medical doctors, researchers, and coffee roasters who reveal the amazing healing powers of the delicious brew, served up with a lively jolt of past and present coffee culture. The path to better health and well-being is right under your nose. Whether you prefer regular or decaf or flavored coffees, recent studies have shown that coffee's magical beans can reduce your risk of cancer, heart disease, and diabetes, as well as help you slim down and shape up. Wake up and smell the coffee, then serve yourself a steaming cup of comfort, filled with more antioxidants than tea or cocoa, and even more than renowned antioxidant-rich blueberries or oranges. In The Healing Powers of Coffee, you'll find the author's exclusive, eye-opening,
warm and witty real-life stories, more than 50 home cures that fight brain fog, fatigue, headache, jet lag, low libido, moodiness, muscle pain, and stress. Plus, beauty and anti-aging treatments and eco-friendly household uses. Find out why this ancient elixir has gone from vice to virtue, and how to incorporate coffee in Mediterranean-style healthful recipes, like cappuccino biscotti, coffee chili, Java-style stuffed bell peppers. Plus, do-it-yourself espresso drinks. Brew a pot of your favorite blend, nature's surprising superfood, and enjoy reading The Healing Powers of Coffee. Available now at your favorite bookseller.
Hi, my name is Sean O'Neill, and I am the author and illustrator of Rocket Robinson and the Pharaoh's Fortune. It is a graphic novel adventure story for young readers. The target age range is 8 to 11, but it's great for readers of all ages. And it's an adventure story, a classic adventure story about these two kids and their pet monkey. And they travel to Egypt, and they are trying to unravel a mystery of an ancient pharaoh's treasure hidden in a hidden tomb. And it has adventure, suspense, mystery, action. There's also a little bit of information about ancient Egypt in here. They have to learn about hieroglyphics, and they have to learn about the pyramids. So there's a little bit of learning, education, but it's mostly just a really, really fun adventure story. It has great artwork. And it's just a really, really fun adventure. And I think that kids, if they're interested in ancient Egypt, or if they're just interested in fun adventure stories, would really, really like it.
The picture is about a Mexican-American boy with a golden arm and an old broken-down World Series pitcher who coaches him to make the high school team. It's really about what you do when a dream is all you have. If you like the natural field of dreams, it's that sort of modality. It's the same sort of story. Overcoming incredible odds. It came about when I was actually down in Florida, and my mother-in-law said there was a old World Series pitcher who lived across the street, and I said, get out of here. So I went out there with my son. We played ball in the street. On the third night, the garage went up, and this guy walked out cupping a cigarette and said, just keep throwing the ball. So we did, and toward night, we came into the street. He gave my son basically his philosophy on life, pitching, and it was Mickey Lolich of the Detroit Tigers. And so after that, I thought, well, what if we had a kid who had nothing except an arm, and an old World Series pitcher who was sort of in mourning over his wife, sitting in his garage, and he coached him for the high school team. It's basically what you do when a dream is all you have.
But they have kind of an ongoing feud. Their grandmother left a family brooch to her favorite granddaughter, and they both believe that they are the favorite granddaughter. So they are not above stealing, lying, breaking and entering, and doing just about anything to be in possession of this brooch. We're not big enough here, but we're not like we didn't meet the Okay, so we're reading from 50 Shades of Greyhound. That's one that's in Caro's point of view. I was late for my very first self-defense class. It had been such a busy day I'd forgotten about it, so I had to rush to get there. The class was called Be Safe, and Sam had gifted both Diana and me with the 6-week course.
Hi, I'm Allie Cantarella. I'm the artist and creator of these books. I have a coloring book that's about dinosaurs and bugs that got smushed together. And then I have a comic book that's about a girl who works in a Chicago bakery with her dog. You can find both of these at my website at thehastypastry.com or online at thewetstain.com. All right, The Hasty Pastry is an all-ages book. It takes place in Chicago, and it's full of different illustrations by local Chicago artists. and also follows this girl as she tries to become a manager. But her dog causes a lot of shenanigans, and her coworkers cause a lot of trouble. So it's just a lot of fun kind of slice of life story. All right. This one is Dino Bugs. It is a coloring book, an activity book for kids, and it's really imaginative. It takes different dinosaurs and bugs and mushes them together and creates these really detailed illustrations and different fun questions for kids to answer with their parents.
This book is based on a true story of CIA psychic spies. In the 1970s, the US and the Soviet Union were locked in the throes of a fierce Cold War. Each country pushed hard for even the slightest advantage that could tip the scales of nuclear war in its favor. After discovering the Soviets were using psychic spies, the CIA tested over 30 million people, leading them to 6 special teams who were recruited for their psychic abilities that soon made them the top intelligence team in the US. 16-year-old Aurora can read auras and uses this ability to save President Ford's life by identifying would-be assassins. As part of her cover, she plays the love interest of a young Marine assigned to guide the team and who she fantasizes about marrying. Becky and Alyssa use their telepathic powers to outwit an evil North Korean psychic and save a US naval vessel and its crew. Another group of young psychic agents uncover the secrets of Area 51 when they receive telepathic pleas from an alien being held captive at the highly secret base. Thrust into the seedy, dangerous, and devious world of espionage, the teenage psychics prove to be very effective spies. They are invited to attend national security meetings and were awarded 2 medals for service to their nation. This is the fascinating story of their struggle to gain respect and appreciation. Get your copy of The CIA Psychic Teens today at Amazon.com.
Thanks for watching Authors Showcase. Please be sure to send your feedback by visiting authorsbroadcast.com. We also invite you to download our free mobile app so you can interact with us and watch episodes of Authors Showcase on your smartphone or tablet. This is a perfect option for both our Chicago viewers and our nationwide audience watching us online or at YouTube to watch past episodes, current episodes, and future episodes of Authors Showcase as they're presented. The free mobile app is available at iTunes for Apple devices and Google Play for Android. Simply search Authors Broadcast. In addition to watching book-related videos, you'll also have easy access to our Facebook page and a comprehensive list of book events happening nationwide. So if you're an author or book lover, grab your smartphone or tablet, go to your app store and search Authors Broadcast now. Then let us know what you're reading and what you think of our show. Thanks for watching Authors Showcase.
Hi, my name is Emerald Betts, and I'm writing under the pen name E. Marie, and the name of my book is called Avoiding the Dodgeballs at Work. It is a young woman's guide to succeeding at a first job. I began writing this book a couple of years ago. I decided to make this the first thing that I complete on my bucket list, and over the last 20-something years, I have been mentoring and giving guidance to young interns who have come out of college. And so one of the things I wanted to do was write a book just for them to answer a lot of questions that they have at work and also to get them prepared for the work life. Many of the students that I've met are simply not as prepared as they think they are, but basically what I wanted to do is go over the basics, how to dress properly, what to wear to work, how to also network, how to get ready for a performance reviews. Other things that I thought of is how to manage projects, how to manage your time. So basically what I wanted to do is give them, just a girlfriend type of a book that was an easy read, not really a textbook, but something that was kind of funny, but also in a sense of giving them something that would be useful to them in their first year of their work life. And so you can find this book. It's due to come out in October. You will find it on Kindle and Amazon, and hopefully at other fine bookstores. And so, and this is my book.
Hi, my name is Wesley Sun. I'm the communications director and one of the writers at Sun Brothers Studios. I work with my brother Brad, who also writes and does all the artwork for all of our books. Right now we've got 3 books out. The first is Chinatown. It is a haunted house, surreal graphic novel about a girl who goes missing in Chinatown and all the bizarre supernatural events that start to happen as the town reacts. Our follow-up book, Apocalypse Man, is a throwback black and white floppy that is kind of a response to all the ubiquitous zombie literature that's out there right now. And the book we're most excited about is called Monkey Fist. It's a loose retelling of the Monkey King stories from Chinese folklore, but instead of a journey to the west through mystic China, it's told in a fast food restaurant as he tries to figure out where his burgers come from. You can pick up all 3 of these books at our website, sunbrostudios.com, where you can also see the rest of our tour schedule if you want to come meet us in person at the next comic book convention.
Hi, I'm Bill Olver, publisher of Big Pulp, a journal of science fiction, fantasy, horror, and mystery stories. Every issue is a little bit different. I publish a wide variety of fiction. I also publish anthologies. Currently I have Black Chaos, which is my zombie fiction anthology. I also have a gay lesbian anthology, a monkey anthology, and also the Kennedy Curse, which is all science fiction, horror, and fantasy stories about the Kennedy family. Every issue is a little bit different. We're a paying market. We're based out of Baltimore, Maryland, and we're very excited to be here for Chicago.
Hi, my name is Janice Powers. I'm the author of Mama's Got a Brand New Job. I'm happy to be here in Chicago. I'm from Austin, Texas. My book is fiction. If you're familiar with Sheryl Sandberg's Lean In, if Lean In and Sex and the City had a baby, it would be my book. It's the story of Maxine Peterson. She's a power lawyer in Manhattan who turns mom. It's the 9 months before, 9 months after. And I wanted to create a strong, fun woman. So we don't get a lot of role models who are professional women who are fun. So I decided to make one up. And that's why I developed the story. That's why I sell the shirts that say Smart Girls Are Fun on them. And you're free to look me up on my website. I also blog on the Huffington Post. You can go to janicepowers.com, Janis, P as in Peter, OWERS, or Mama's Got a Brand New Job.
Thanks for watching part 1 of our 2014 coverage of the Printers Row LitFest. At authorsbroadcast.com, we're dedicated to introducing you to new authors and books. Look for us online at authorsbroadcast.com or download our free mobile app for iPhone or Android by searching Authors Broadcast at iTunes or Google Play. We hope you've enjoyed watching Author Showcase.